Let me ask you something. Have you ever prayed for God to use you, and then everything in your life started falling apart? You thought things would finally make sense, but instead confusion. You thought the door would open, but instead delay. You thought God would promote you, but instead He took you into hiding. Let me say this loud and clear. That's not punishment. That's process. That's character in the making. See, we often want the promise without the process. We want the platform without the pruning. We want destiny without development. But that's not how God works. He loves you too much to give you something you're not ready to carry. Let's talk about Joseph for a second. This man had a dream literally. A God-given vision of leadership and greatness. But the path to the dream? It was betrayal. It was slavery. It was false accusation. It was a prison cell. It didn't look like the dream at all. But God was building something deeper in Joseph and just position. He was building character. See, your calling may be public, but your character is formed in the private. When nobody's watching. When no one is clapping. When it's just you, the struggle, and God. And let me tell you, those moments, they matter more than you think. The Bible says the Lord was with Joseph, not when he was in the palace, but when he was in prison, when he was forgotten. Because God doesn't abandon you in the dark seasons, He trains you in them. He uses them to teach you trust when it doesn't make sense, to stand firm when things fall apart, to forgive when you've been betrayed, to believe again even when you've been disappointed. That's how God molds character. Now let's get personal. Maybe right now you feel stuck, like your life is paused and everyone else is moving forward. You're trying to be faithful, but nothing's changing. Can I encourage you? You're not behind. You're becoming. You're not in delay. You're in development. God isn't wasting your waiting, He's working in it. Moses spent 40 years in the wilderness before leading Israel. David tended sheep in silence before he ever fought Goliath. Even Jesus spent 30 years hidden before He went public for 3. What? Because preparation matters to God, and He never rushes what He loves. So what do you do when you're in this season? You keep showing up. You stay faithful when it's not fun. You obey when no one's watching. You forgive even when you don't feel like it. You worship even when it's a whisper. Because those quiet decisions, they shape who you're becoming. Character doesn't shout. It doesn't need recognition. It's steady. It's humble. It's obedient. And in a world that celebrates charisma, God still honors character. So if you're feeling tired, frustrated, or forgotten right now, hear me. You're not being buried. You're being planted. And when the time is right, the harvest will come. Not just the success you prayed for, but the strength you didn't know you needed. Because you let God shape you, even when it was hard. You are a character in the making. And God? He doesn't make mistakes. So hold on. Stay the course. The story isn't over. He's just getting started. Hey, if this encouraged you today, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you want to go even deeper, check out my next video called Why God Waits Before He Uses You. It'll help you understand this season even more. God is building you. Stay in His hands. Your character is becoming something beautiful.